Today, I'm going to show you a new genius tool for Midjourney that I just discovered, which will help you to write better prompts than ever before. It is completely free and offers a huge range of options and adjustments that you can use for your prompts in Midjourney. And I can promise you that it really feels like a cheat code for Midjourney, since you have way more control over your prompt than before, and you can use it instantly to apply it in Midjourney in the end. How Prompter works and how you can use it and install it and how to use it on your own PC, I will show you in this video. So let's dive right into it. Alright, so in today's video, we will not start like usually in Midjourney. You can already see I will put you the link for this prompter into the description, so you can also directly go to the site. When we scroll down, we already see how it is built up, and you will see it's a Google spreadsheet file. The creator who's doing this completely for free and offering for us to download, which is super cool, is called Shane McGeehan. That's the Muppet version of him, so you get we get a total image how he looks. Definitely give him a check out and see if you can support him maybe, because I think it was a lot of time and investment to build this tool, and it really helps us now. So yeah, make sure to check him out. Anyways, to install it now, we will actually go back to the page and click on Prompt Builder over here. And then once we went here, we can then say click to get prompter. Then we go here. Ignore the German version. I am trying to change this, but I didn't have the time to do this yet. So just if you also can't read German, so just go here again and click on the blue button, which is create copy, and then it will instantly create a new version for you that you can then use in Google Spreadsheet, which it just opened. And we see in front of us this prompter tool, which we have now. First thing that you need to do, which is really important, is that we go first here to the algorithm on the top, and what we can do now here is select the version that we have, and this is basically all the Midjourney versions that we have. So please compare it with the version that you are using in Midjourney, which is hopefully or probably the version 6, so the latest one. So just make sure that you have this selected here. Otherwise, you see we have here prompter settings. We can say if we want to select multiple things here or just one thing, and which is super cool is that it includes the /imagine that we're using for our prompts always in the beginning, that we don't have to write it ourselves because it will be there automatically. So actually the first thing which we want to do now is creating a prompt to show you how this tool actually works in the end. So we can go directly over here to the main idea that we have here, and now we can type in something like a first prompt. So it can be anything like you would also do in Midjourney, but it's basically the main idea that you have in your mind and want to visualize. So in our example, we will do something like an Audi A3. Of course, this is just an example, like drives through the desert during sunset. For now, we will skip this part. We will come later to this one. But for now, we will see here that we have here a parameter section. And what we can do now is, it's also explained here, we can set our stylus parameter, the quality that we want to have, chaos, the weird style, if it should get really weird or stay at 0.
You guys are weird.
And the seed. So if you have generated an image in Midjourney and you want to use the same seed, you can put it in here. For now, we will just use it an example that we put some values in here. So we have it. Of course, we want to have max quality like always. Chaos we will leave at 0, and weird also we don't want to have that. So now we put it in, and we can already see that something is changing here in the prompter output on the bottom. So we see that it put the /imagine already in the prompter input because of the prompter settings that we put here. And as well, it put here the main idea that we had, and here all the parameters. And we don't need to type anything. We can just put it in here, which is super nice. Also, it guarantees that we don't have an error in our Midjourney prompt in the end, and that we can reuse it. So once we have that now, which is really cool, we can also use here the aspect ratio. So let's go with a 16:9, and we already see, okay, cool, it setting the minus AR, which you know maybe from our previous videos where we always use this parameter. We can set the medium. See, we have a huge list here which we can use, like if it should be photorealism, photograph. We will go for now because it should be really realistic and cinematic, so let's go with photorealism. By the way, if you have an idea for this one and you don't want to stick with those pre-made ones, which are really cool already, you can also create your custom ones under here. And make sure that you stick until the end of this video, because there we'll explain you how you can use them actually and put them into at the bottom, so that you have them and make them really the image prompter, your own tool, which you can then totally customize and use it for your own advantage. So this is cool. Otherwise, let's choose here also camera. Let's say high speed photography, even though it's not a camera, but maybe the style of camera shooting. For lighting, we can say here, maybe because we're in the desert, I think a sunset would be super cool. Maybe golden hour sunlight, which is always looking really nice in the end. For artists, yeah, you can also choose here if you want to replicate the style or have some inspiration for it for another project. You can also choose the artist here to see what you would get from this artist style. Movie. So here you can also choose what you want, and game. We will also leave this for now, but it would be also added down here. And now what we want to do is copy and pasting this prompter output that we have here, and now we can go directly open Midjourney, and then we see you see I already created a channel for this one. Welcome to prompter. And then what we need to do, all we need to do is just yeah, paste it in, send it, and see what we get. And yeah, cool. So this is our first batch of images that we have. I think we can even specify this even more and take it up a notch. But I think it's cool already what we see here with the golden sunlight and everything that we have. Maybe fit here even more is a more close-up shot. So let's dive back into the prompter, and we now want to maybe keep our old prompt that we can go back in the end. And this is also super nice. We can just click here on save, and then it needs an authorization from you. So just click OK. And yeah, well, now it saved it, and you can see it not here, but you can just go under my prompts here down below. Just click on it. And yeah, nice. Now we can see it saved it down here, which is super nice. We can then just go and click the arrow here and go to load, and then it would load all our settings which is saved in here into our spreadsheet again. So this is super nice, just to have like a screenshot of your prompt if you, in case you want to reuse it, and you can also put notes in there, for example. Because what we want to do now in our prompter is we keep what we have here, and we don't have to type it again, which is super nice. And then we see over here the suffix section, and suffix is basically something that you can just put like a suffix in the end of your prompt, so it will be always attached to the end of your sentence. So what we do now, we can choose here, okay, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, what we want to have here. And of course, we want to have our minus style raw, which is always super useful. So you can just put this on the 3 maybe, and then we choose here suffix 3 because it's in yeah, the number 3. And then we just put it like this, and we see that it just puts it in here again. And then we will also copy it again and paste it into Midjourney, send it again. And yeah, great. I think this is really what I was looking for. Like we see here, this could be straight coming out from a commercial. Eventually we have the golden hour sunlight, you know, also here it's super nice to see the details and reflection of the sun and everything. So I think this works quite well already. One more thing which I quickly wanted to show you is how you can use, for example, also the style ref and character ref for it. Because of course you can use this in Midjourney, and we maybe want to use it also here. So how we can actually do this is it's also super easy. So we go back to our prompt. Let's say we want to have this one as a style ref because it's looking super nice from lighting wise and everything. So we would just upscale this one, then we would just open it in browser, and then when we have it here in our browser, we will simply just paste the link on the top here of our browser, navigate then to our prompter field, and then you see here that we can, it already says here, paste image link here. So we will just paste in our image link that we have here, click it, and then we see, okay, it works because it just put the link in here. And then we will say suffix 2 this time. And you see we have the minus sref now here. Maybe put the stylized now away. And now we will just copy this again, paste it in here, put it, and now we have our stylref in it. And you see it's recognizing the link over here, which is nice. So we see that it worked. And yeah, you see we have really the colors from here more or less. We have the scenery, so we took that image for sure. And this is how you can use the style ref. It's exactly the same way for character ref. So we would also go in here and just say not minus sref, but minus cref maybe. And then you can just plug in a link from your Midjourney character that you want to use here, and then paste it in, and then you will also have the same approach. So it's basically the same. The next thing I wanted to quickly show you is how you can use the random mode in Prompter, which is also quite fun, I would say. You don't have the most control over your prompt, but you can use it as a inspiration point, or if you want just to have some fun experimenting with stuff. So you see this big random button here, which we can just press, and then we see, okay, it fills now everything in, and we have artist and game The Legend of Zelda, and we see, okay, it didn't put in a main idea, but it has all these other ideas here. So let's maybe put in something what we want to have. I have no idea. Let's see, say a portrait of a big castle in the mountains, and let's choose a nice aspect ratio this time, maybe one which is more vertical, so maybe like for a phone. Who knows? And let's see what we get this time. I have no idea because it's super random, but maybe we can come up with something cool. So let's see. And yeah, nice. This is what the random mode came with up. I think it's definitely interesting, like especially like this one, for example, or also this one. It really looks a little bit like the Zelda one, but I don't know. But it made me draw some inspiration from it. But you see how you can use it and what it came up with, and maybe it's really nice for experimenting, for example. So yeah, definitely check that out. And then actually, as a last and final step, I wanted to show you how you can actually add your own custom terms that you can then use in Prompter forever. So basically, you see under down here that on Medium, an example which I showed you earlier, that you have here a custom tab, which you can then use your own custom stuff, because maybe not everything is included in there. I realized, for example, that the cinematic I'm using a lot, or cinematic still, is not there all the time. So what we can do then is just go here under terms, and then you see I already added one or two, like a close-up and extreme close-up under camera. And you see like all the ones here. You can also add your own personal favorite movie and then just add it and under custom and then use it for your prompt. Or you can, let's say here, for example, under lighting, and then we see here I added cinematic still. Maybe let's also add cinematic. And how it works now actually is we can go back here and we see, okay, we have cinematic still and cinematic, and we can just simply select it and we have it in here. And another thing I noticed actually is that under the camera we're missing some options here, like to really select the cameras that we want. On another video I showed you this link here, which includes all the cameras, and what I'm going to provide you with in this video is I will create a spreadsheet list of all those cameras sorted in one chart, and all those low angle shots and high angle shots in another chart, and then you can just copy paste it into this one here under the terms, and then you will have all those nice angle shots that the mouse crypto created under there, and you can just use it. I will just put it there for free to use the spreadsheet, and you can just copy paste it then, which might be help of you, so that you can just have it forever in your own prompter guide here. So yeah, I hope this helps. If you have found the video useful, feel free to subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and yeah, let me know down in the comments if you have any other questions or if you like Prompto or haven't used already. See you in the next one.